In this video, we will discuss about topological sort. Now, what is topological sort? Topological sort is an ordering of vertices in a directed acyclic graph in such a way that if there is a directed edge from vertex Vi to vertex Vj, then after topological sort, Vi must appear before Vj. That is, after topological sorting, the sequence like this. Now, what are the applications of topological sort? Creating university course curriculum satisfying all the prerequisites for that course. Suppose you are preparing for the subject compiler design for the competitive exam. Automata theory helps a lot to learn compiler design, but discrete mathematics is essential for automata theory. So first you complete the preparation of discrete mathematics, then automata theory, and then after you prepare for compiler design. It can also be used for deadlock detection as well as task or job scheduling based on their dependencies. So basically, when items have some dependencies among others, then using topological sort we can prepare a list according to the completion time. In so-called sorting algorithm, we always get an unique sorted list, but in case of a topological sort, we may or may not get unique solution. That is the disadvantage of topological sort. Before starting the procedure of topological sort, first we know the term integrity of vertex V means number of edges coming into vertex V. Out degree of vertex V means number of edges going out from vertex V. And if there is a directed edge from vertex U to vertex V, then V is adjacent of U, but reverse is not true. Let an example. This is a directed graph is given. You have to find topological sort on this graph. First check whether it is a directed acyclic graph or not. Since there is no cycle in this graph, then topological sort can be applied on this graph. Calculate the in degrees of each vertex. So for A, in degrees 0, for C, in degree 1, for B it is 1, for D, in degree 2, for F, in degree 2, and for E, in degree 2. Delete the node A having in degree 0, so edges going out from A, that is AC and AB, will be deleted. So the graph now becomes like this. And update the in degree of B and C. So now in degree of B is equal to 0 and in degree of C 0, in degree of D 2, in degree of F 2 and E 2. Now vertex B and vertex C both having in degree 0, so you can delete either B or C. If you delete node B, then the graph becomes like this. If you delete node C, then the graph becomes like this. Again, update the in degree of each vertex. Then from this graph, the in degree of C is equal to 0, and for this graph, the in degree of B is equal to 0. So in the next step, we will delete C from this graph and we will delete B from this graph. So now the graph becomes like this. So again update the in degree of each vertex. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 1, this is 0, this is 1, this is 1. In the next step, delete node D. So only vertex E and F are left, you can choose E first or F first. So you will get two solutions from here. So A, B, C, D, E, F one solution and A, B, C, D, F, E another solution. The same procedure is applied for this graph. So first delete node D. Now two vertex E and F are left without any connection. So you can take E first, then F, or you can choose F first, then E. So four solutions are there. One is A, B, C, D, E, F. Another one A, B, C, D, F, E. Another one A, C, B, D, E, F. And last one A, C, B, D, F, E. So four solutions are there for this given graph. In this algorithm, determining the integers of each node takes order of E times, where E is number of edges. Finding the nodes with integer 0 takes order of V times, where capital V represents number of vertices in the graph. So altogether time complexity becomes order of E plus V. The same problem can be solved using adjacency matrix. Now in this adjacency matrix, here all elements of column A are 0, means vertex A has no incoming edge. So delete column A and row A. Now there are two columns B and C, both having all elements are 0. So you can choose either B or C. Here I am choosing B first. So delete column B and row B. Write it down in order. Now all elements of column C are 0 in the remaining matrix. So delete column C and row C. Write it down in topological order. Now from the remaining matrix, column D has all elements 0. So delete column D as well as row D. Now from the remaining matrix, all elements of column E and F are 0. So you can choose E first or F first. If I am choosing E first, then the order becomes first E, then F. Otherwise, you can choose F first, then E. So two possible solutions are there. One is A, B, C, D, E, F. Another one A, B, C, D, F, E. After deleting column A and row A in previous case, we have selected column B among column B and column C. Here I am choosing column C. So delete column C and row C. Write C in topological ordering. Now all elements of column B are 0. So delete column B and row B. Write B in topological ordering. Now from the remaining matrix, column D having all elements 0. So delete column D and row D and write D in topological ordering. Now all elements of column E and column F are zeros. You can choose either E first or F first. So if you take E first, then solutions becomes A, C, B, D, E, F, and if you choose F first, then solutions becomes A, C, B, D, F, E. So finally you got the same 4 solutions. But here to construct the adjacency matrix, time complexity becomes order of V square. In previous case, it was order of E plus V. Topological sort can also be implemented using depth first search, that is using DFS. But before that, we should remember that here we are using DFS as a recursive function and we are assigning two integers differentiate by a slash against each node. The number at left hand side represents the discovery time, while the number at right hand side represents the finish time. Now according to DFS, starting from root node, we first reach the leaf node. That is, here we are following the path A, C, D, F. So first discover A, that means call DFS A. So starting time of A is 1. Now call C. So DFS of C, starting time or discovery time 2. Now call DFS for D. So discovery time here 3. Now call DFS for F. So discovery time here 4. Now F have no adjacent vertex, so finish DFS for F. So finish time here 5. Backtrack F, that means go to D. Is there any vertex adjacent to D which is still unvisited? Yes, E. So call DFS E. So discovery time here 6. Is there any vertex of E has unvisited? No. So finish E. So finish time here 7. Now backtrack. Is there any unvisited vertex of D? No. So finish D. Backtrack from D, go to C. Is there any unvisited vertex of C? No. So finish C. Again backtrack from C, go to A. Now is there any unvisited vertex of A? Yes, B. So call DFS for B. So here discovery time 10. Now is there any unvisited vertex of B? No. So finish B. So finish time here 11. Backtrack, go to A. Is there any unvisited vertex of A? No. So finish A. So here finish time of A is equal to 12. Now write the node according to descending order finish time. We get A finish time 12, then B having finish time 11, then C, then D, then E finish time 7, and then F. So this is one of the solution. If you follow the path A, C, D, E, then first call DFS A, then call C, DFS C, then DFS D, then DFS E. Now E has no unvisited adjacent, so finish it. Backtrack from E, go to D. Is there any unvisited adjacent of D? Yes. F, so call F, finish F. Backtrack, go to D. Is there any unvisited adjacent of D? No. Finish D. Backtrack from D, go to C. Check whether any unvisited adjacent of C. No. So finish C. Backtrack from C, go to A. Check whether is there any adjacent of A still unvisited. Yes. B. So call DFS B. Is there any unvisited adjacent of B? No. So finish B. Backtrack from A. Check, is there any unvisited adjacent of A? No. So finish A. Write the note according to descending order finish time. The order becomes A, B, C, D, F, E. In a similar way, following the path A, B, D, F, and then backtrack from F, we can go to E, then backtrack from E, go to D, then go to B, then backtrack from B, go to A, and check whether is there any unvisited adjacent of A. Yes, C. Discover C. Is there any adjacent of C is still unvisited? No. So finish it. Then backtrack from C, go to A, check, is there any unvisited adjacent of A? No. So finish it. Now you will get the solution A, C, B, D, E, F. Similarly, following the path A, B, D, E, you will get a solution A, C, B, D, F, E. Let another example. Here both P and S have in degree 0. So you can either start from P or S. Now starting from P, so first call P, so DFS P, then R, DFS R, then DFS Q. Now Q has no unvisited adjacents, so finish Q, backtrack from Q. R, now R has no unvisited adjacent, so finish R, backtrack from R, go to P. P has no unvisited adjacent, so finish P. Now S is alone without any unvisited adjacent, so call DFS for S. So here discovery time 7 and finish time 8. Now write in according to descending order finish time, you will get the solution S, P, R, Q. Now if you choose S as a starting vertex, then first call DFS S, then call DFS R, then call DFS for Q. Now Q has no unvisited adjacent, so finish DFS Q, backtrack from Q. R, no unvisited adjacent, finish R, backtrack from R, go to S. S has no unvisited adjacent. Now again P is alone without any unvisited adjacent, so called DFS P. So here starting time of P is equal to 7 and finish time 8. So if you write according to descending order finish time, then you will get the ordering P, S, R, Q. Since DFS algorithm has time complexity order of V plus E, where V is the number of vertices and E is the number of edges, so time complexity of topological sort using DFS becomes order of V plus E. Now in this video we discussed two directed acyclic graph, each having more than one solution. If all pairs of consecutive vertices of the given directed acyclic graph are in sorted order and are connected by edges, that is, a Hamiltonian path exists. In such a case, there exists an unique topological order.